What the dog doing?
You see, I've never been in Skyrim before. Upon each attempt to complete the game, I would always get distracted by either numerous side quests or new games that would come out. But this time, it's different. I'm determined to once and for all successfully finish my playthrough and beat the final boss. And to make things a bit more entertaining, I've asked a bunch of my Discord friends to pick a couple of mods for me to install, and it turned out to be absolutely hysterical. Alright, after picking my race
Dogmer.
and naming my character, I spawned in Buttfuck Nowhere and found myself on my way to Helgen, which, as it turned out, was recently attacked by a dragon that I saw flying away. I've decided to go and warn the local Jarl about the attack, but first, I wanted to find the nearest settlement where I could get some rest.
What the fuck, bro? Big ass horse, gang, what the hell? Now, why the fuck is it so big? Can I ride it though? Where the pee-pee at? Wait, right. Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? No fucking way, bro. Can't see shit. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? I'm about to reach the fucking Whiterun in no time. Oh wait, no, I don't. Well, I guess we're walking.
I followed the road and reached a small village called Riverwood. I wandered around, found a bunch of unattended weapons and my new whip, which will accompany me along the entire journey.
Pull out the Mazda in this bitch. Nah, that's actually crazy, I'm gonna lie.
After resting in a local tavern named Sleeping Giant Inn,
A good night's sleep, baby.
I hopped in my snowy white Mazda and set off towards the city of Whiterun. However, before entering the city, I made a quick stop at a curious building located near the stables, adjacent to the city.
I'm about to go in. Wait, what? What is this place? Is that a fucking supermarket? What?
Need something?
Oh, this place is crazy. What is this? Capitalism in fucking Skyrim? Yo, what's up, gang? What the fuck? Look. Bro, you bitch ugly as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. Look at you, Genghis Han, bro.
What do you need?
I don't know, man. I think I need to leave, honestly. I'm just gonna go. This place is crazy.
Then, I entered the city and headed to the Jarl's keep to warn him about the attack on Helden.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? I'm here for Jarl.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruff is not receiving visitors.
Riverwood is in danger, bro.
As Housecarl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
This is urgent, woman. Out of my way.
Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. I'm starting to think...
Oh, bro. Yo, what's up, Jarl? Didn't know you chill like that.
What's this about Riverwood being in danger?
After my meeting with Jarl Balgruuf, he told me to go talk to his court wizard named Ferengar that conducts studies regarding magic and dragons.
What the fuck? That was bit. What's up, gang? He's sitting in his own poop, bro. I'm about to take it. Thank you for the poopy.
After talking to Ferengar, he then tasked me with retrieving an ancient tablet that depicts the location of dragon burial mounds from a Nordic temple named Bleak Falls Barrow. So I traveled there, fought some bozos, solved some puzzles, and reached the location of not only the artifact I came for, but also my first ward wall. Ah yes, the Chinese letters. My mortal enemy. I managed to read the ancient carvings and learn my first word of power. After that, I fought the Draugr boss that suddenly popped out of the nearby sarcophagus. Robbed the antiquity of its corpse and left the crypt. Then, I made it back to Whiterun and stumbled upon an unusual amount of Nazeems.
Good for my crops. Never is.
Bro, why there's so many Nazeems though? What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? What in the NBA, bro? What the fuck? What is so many of them? Can I come through? What the fuck? They're all looking at me. I feel like fucking Kaisen out in this bitch.
After entering Dragon's Reach, I gave the Dragonstone to Farengar. Fortunately, our high IQ talks were interrupted by Jarl's housecarl that led us to one of the guards, who informed us about the dragon being spotted at the Whiterun's western watchtower. After briefly discussing the matter, we made our way there to investigate. Upon arrival, we found the watchtower in flames, though there was no sign of the dragon at the moment. Then Bro showed up seemingly out of nowhere, and we clapped him real quick. After that, Bro started glowing and quickly decaying, and I was able to absorb its soul and gain the understanding of the words of power I've learned from the word wall. It finally clicked in my head that now I am able to shout like dragons do.
That was shouting. What you just did. Must be. Really are Dragonborn.
Turns out I am one of the rare individuals that exists with the bodies of mortals, but the souls of dragons. I am the Dragonborn. I mean, born, of course. It's born, right? The whole thing gained the attention of the so-called greybeards of High Hrothgar, who summoned me to their presence with their shout.
What the fuck was that, bruh?
I reported back to Jarl Balgruf and journeyed to the Greybeards HQ located on the slopes of the largest mountain in the region, Throat of the World.
Here we are, baby.
After entering the building, I finally met the Greybeards. They've tested my ability to shout in order to make sure that I'm the actual Dragonborn, along with teaching me some new shouts. And then they tasked me with the trial of retrieving a horn of Jurgen Windcaller, founder of the Greybeards, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ustengraf. So I traveled there, and after clearing out the place from the creatures, as well as solving a little puzzle, I've reached the bottom of the location. However, the forbidden flashlight was nowhere to be found. There was only a note. Dragonborn, I need to speak to you, urgently. Rent the attic room at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you, a friend.
Well... fuck.
So I headed back to Riverwood to meet my mysterious ally at last. However, there was something unexpected waiting for me there. An ambush.
You there? You're the one they call Dragonborn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. We know you are the false Dragonborn. You shall not stand in the way of the true Dragonborn's return. He comes soon, and we shall offer him your heart. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
What the fuck? That's my ops, bruh. What the fuck? Holy shit, I got ops in Skyrim. What the fuck? Nah, bruh, you better chill the fuck off. Swear to God. Boom, baby. You pussy ass ninja. Yo, is that medic? What the fuck? Yo, it's engineer. Oh, engineer's dead again. Nah, that's crazy. It's medic from TF2. You got your homie fucking dead. Are you gonna do something about it? I guess not.
After beating the ops, I rented the room for the night as instructed. However, to say that I wasn't expecting who's gonna show up is an understatement.
So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about. I think you're looking for this. We need to talk. Follow me.
What?
So it turned out that Delphine was a motherfucking sleeper agent the whole time from one of the long-gun orc called Blades. They used to fight dragons and shit, as well as worship Talos in their spare time. Anyway, Delphine was mad concerned about the whole dragons situation. She speculated that dragons ain't just coming back. They're coming back to life with something's or someone's help. She also figured out the next possible one of them resurrection spots, and that's exactly where we're headed next. When I got there, the dragon that destroyed Helgen was resurrecting one of his own kind. After defeating the resurrected dragon and absorbing his soul, I've proved once again that I'm the actual Dragonborn.
You really are Dragonborn. I owe you some answers, don't I?
Then, truly convinced Delphine answered a few more questions I've had regarding the Blades and suggested that a faction named Talmor that rules Aldmir Dominion and the one that almost destroyed the Empire 30 years back during the Great War might be behind all this. Then she told me to meet her back in Riverwood, where she devised a plan. I would need to infiltrate one of the parties that they troll regularly at their embassy to gather necessary information. So the first step was to travel to Solitude and meet Delphine's contact, who would help me to smuggle necessary equipment into the embassy. However, before entering the city, I had to make a stop for a little spell casting session. Summon Doggy. Let me try it.
What the fuck? Nah, bro, what the dog doing? Louder rated. This is what peak male performance looks like. POV, your dad been on a drinking bender for quite a while.
Then I met up with Balborn and passed him the items I would need inside the embassy. After that, I reunited with Delphine. She gave me my invitation and the right clothes so I could blend in. Then I got in the carriage and got on my way to the party. When I arrived, I showed my invitation to the Talmer wizard and entered the building. After quickly introducing myself to Talmer's ambassador and reuniting with Malborn, I had to distract the guards so I could get away from the party, so I asked this nice gentleman to help me out and cause a scene to get everyone's attention for a few minutes in exchange for a drink.
Attention everyone! Could I have your attention, please?
Then me and Malborn successfully slipped away, went through the kitchen and I got my gear back.
Time to stalls, baby!
I was actually trying to be extra sneaky here, however unfortunately I had beans for breakfast, so my cover was literally blown.
You're dead.
So I just killed everyone with my trusty default TF2 sniper rifle. Type shit. Then I've stumbled upon some of the Talmer ambassador's notes in her room, and it turned out they had no goddamn idea who was behind Return of the Dragons, and they were just as actively investigating it as me. They've captured this motherfucker because they thought that he was connected to one of the Blade's lore masters named Esbern, who might possess some of the crucial knowledge regarding the Return of the Dragons, and is now hiding somewhere in Riften. Anyway, I've set free the poor bastard and made my escape through a cave underneath the embassy, so I could return to Riverwood and discuss with Delphine what we should do next with the
Made it
intel
out
I've
alive,
gathered.
at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised.
After briefly discussing the plan with Delphine, I've made my way towards the city of Riften, which I haven't visited previously, to track down Esbern. There, I had to look around and find a guy named Brynolf, who might know where our old guy is hiding. Turned out, he was a part of the Thieves Guild, and Esbern was paying them good moolah for keeping him hidden in their hideout called the Ratway, a network of sewer tunnels running beneath the city, which I immediately went to and found Esbern safe and somewhat sound.
You'd better come in then and tell me how you found me and what you want. This'll just take a moment. This one always picks. There we go. Only a couple more.
How many fucking logs do you have there? Bro.
There we are. Come in.
Bro is just a tiny bit paranoid.
He was telling me that we are all doomed and all that jazz, up until I told him that I'm the Dragonborn.
What? You are? Can it really be true? Dragonborn? Then there is hope. The gods have not abandoned us. We must go quickly now. Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss.
After returning back to Riverwood, my newfound ally has dropped some info on the so-called Elden's Wall, which is like a large mural located within a Skyhaven temple. Apparently, its location has been forgotten for centuries, however, Esbern managed to find it somewhere deep in the Blade's archives.
You see, right here, Skyhaven Temple, constructed around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Aldrin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore, a hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries.
So we went there, battling through various enemies and avoiding traps.
You're ruining the entire operation, gang. Bro, you're testing my patience. I'm just gonna jump, fuck it. What the fuck?
And so we've reached our location, the Alduin's Wall. It depicts several key events through the history of Tamriel, and specifically the return of Alduin, the World Eater. It turned out that the only way to destroy Alduin is to use a special shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky. And to find out what kind of shout that is, I had to go back to them greybeards, baby. So, when I got there, I returned the horn I initially went for to Arngir, and during the Yap session I found out that the shout I was looking for is called Dragon Rend. However, Arngir couldn't teach me it cause he simply did not know it. So Greybeard taught me a special shout that clears out all weather effects instead, which allowed me to get to the top of the mountain so I could finally talk to the Greybeard's boss, who turned out to be a motherfucking dragon, gang.
What the fuck? This motherfucker is also a dragon.
After yet another Yap sesh, I found out that the last time Alduin wasn't really defeated but sent forward in time using, guess what? The Elder Scroll. Anyway, bro suggested that if I find the said scroll and bring it here to the mountain, I can travel back in time and learn the shout I need from the Nords themselves. The only issue is that bro did not know where the fuck that scroll is right now. What a bummer. So, I've decided to go talk to Arngir, who might have some info on that, and he gave me the lead. College of Winterhold. I went there and found their librarian, who gave me 2 books he got unstuck on the subject. They turned out to be low-key incomprehensible, so the guy told me to go find the author of one of the books, Septimus Sinus. I found the guy living his mad frugal life near the college and talked to him a bit on the matter. So, where is the scroll?
Here.
Huh?
Well, here as in this plain. Mundus, Tamriel, nearby, relatively speaking.
Huh?
On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby.
Bro, you tripping up shrooms or something like that. Or tripping up the Nirn root or whatever the fuck, gang. You gotta cook that shit. You gotta summer up, Septimus.
Turned out, he studied the fuck out of the topic and gave me 2 artifacts that would allow me to reach and access the location of the Elder Scroll, a large subterranean city of Blackreach, the entrance to which is located somewhere underneath Alftand, an ancient Dwemer ruin located southwest of Winterhold. I went there and battled my way down the location to reach Blackreach's entrance. Upon entering, I was stunned by the view that accompanied me all the way towards the Tower of Zark. In the tower, I had to tackle a peculiar Dwemer contraption using the artifact given to me by Septimus to finally gain access to the Elder Scroll itself.
Holy fucking shit. The Elder Scroll. Fucking got it. Holy shit.
So, after obtaining the scroll, I went back to the mountaintop and used it to tap into the so-called Time Wound, and got transported back in time to witness firsthand how Alduin was banished by the OG Nords into the future using the Dragon Rend shout I was looking for the whole time, and the Elder Scroll in question.
Skyrim will be free!
Sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. By words with older bones than your own, we break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. All our endings unto the last. You are banished.
Worked. Did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
After snapping back to the present, I was finally ready to face Alduin. Using the shout, along with some help from my dragon homie, I beat his ass. However, Alduin managed to avoid being fully clapped and dipped from the fight. So, after discussing with Spartanax what to do next, I've determined that to pursue Alduin, I gotta find one of his sidekicks who might be able to tell me where he's gone. However, first I needed to convince the Jarl of Whiterun to let me use Dragon's Reach Keep, which apparently was originally designed to capture and house a dragon. Unfortunately, the Jarl said that he can't let me try capturing a dragon while Whiterun is under threat of attack. He stated that if a peace treaty can be agreed between the Imperials and the Stormcloaks, he will help me with my tank. The Jarl then suggested talking to the Greybeards, as both leaders of those opposing factions highly respect them. So I talked to them and they agreed to hold a peace conference. Then I went and convinced both General Tilius and Ulfric Stormcloak to participate in the conference, and we all went back to the High Hrothgar, where it was gonna be hosted. After a bunch of yapping, we've got an agreement. Stormcloaks surrender Riften in exchange for Imperials handing over Markath and Falkreath. Now, since I managed to achieve a truce, Jarl Balgruf was finally ready to help me catch the dragon. We went outside of the throne room to the Great Porch, and I used a shout to lure in a dragon named Odawing that was recently raised up from his burial site by Alduin. You see, I was able to do that because during the peace treaty negotiations, Esbern gave me a tip. The names of dragons are always 3 words of power. Shouts. And since dragons are prideful by nature, this dragon whose name Esbern found in some book stored in the library of Skyrim Temple wouldn't refuse a challenge if a goat like me would call his name. So, after getting baited and captured in the goofiest manner, Bro revealed that Alduin managed to escape to Nordic afterlife realm of Soundgard via a portal located in his lair, which is situated in the ancient temple of Skuldafn, high in the Gerald Mountains, that is only accessible by air, and has offered to take me there in return for his freedom. I ended up freeing Bro from the captivity and flying to Skuldafn on his back. Then I fought through the piles of enemies and off the dragon priests protecting the portal to Soundgard realm, which I went through right after. And here it was, Soundgard, the Nord underworld, where Alduin feeds on the souls of the dead in order to regain his strength. I wandered around in the mist and found this majestic fool named Thun, which I had to battle in order to gain access to the bridge that he guards, and which leads to the Dead Nord's HQ called Hall of Whaler. Then, after crossing the bridge and entering the building, I talked to the 3 heroes who defeated Alduin in the past. They agreed to help me and ready their weapons, so it was finally time to face Alduin for the final battle. After crossing the bridge once again, me and the heroes used the Clear Sky Shout to dispel Alduin's mist, and then Bro pulled up, just to get served a knuckle sandwich from us. Toma, 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 toma.
They will sing of this battle in Shore's Hall forever. But your fate lies elsewhere. When you have completed your count of days, I may welcome you again with glad friendship and bid you join the blessed feasting.
All hail the Dragonborn! Hail him with great praise!
Oh hell yeah, baby!